What is going on, party people? We are back with a brand new video, and today we're looking at the Gorgon again. Now, I know what you might be thinking. If you've been on the channel, you're thinking, hey Max, you've done like 3-4 videos over the Gorgon now. What else can we do? Well, I got a new plastic, the Proto Glow Gorgon, and I'm curious to see if there's any difference between that and the Pro Gorgon. So that's kind of the magic we have going today. We have the Pro Gorgon, which is the one I'm always throwing, and then we just got this brand new Proto Glow Gorgon. Now the Glow Gorgon is 172 grams and the Pro is 173 to 175. So a couple gram difference. I hope it doesn't make a huge difference, and I'm also hoping that this plastic might be a little bit more stable. If you are unaware, the Gorgon is a relatively new Innova driver. Comes in at 10.6 -2.1, tons of glide, but this Pro one has been pretty flippy if we hit it hard. If we throw it nice and smooth, I would say it gets the nice little S-flight out of it, but if we hit it hard, I feel like it wants to hyzer flip and just turn over. So I'm really not sure if there'll be a huge difference today. This thing might fly exactly the same. One thing that I noticed about the Halloween Gorgon or the Glow Gorgon is just kind of this halo ring around it, which is kind of cool, but it's a completely different color than the flight plate. I don't know why that is, or if that does anything. I don't know why they came out like that, but just something cool to note. Some of you Innova lovers may already know this, but this is Champion Glow. Proto Champion Glow is what I read online. Champion plastic is typically very durable and usually is a little bit more stable. Now today we have a pretty stiff tailwind at the moment. I'll try to let you know if that wind changes. This side though, we always typically have a tailwind, which will help us out with these discs. Let's start off throwing the hyzer flip. I'll probably try to throw these first ones pretty smooth, maybe not all my power, and then we'll try again with more power. Kind of has that nice little flip up. You can see the wind just take it, and the wind is probably going to stable these up just a little bit more, but that was not full power. Kind of got that nice little flip and glide. You can pick these up at discgolfdealsusa.com right now. If you want to check them out, use the link down below and you can get yourself 10% off. Oh, I think it's definitely going to be a little bit more stable. I think I did put the Halloween one on a little bit more hyzer than the Pro. The Pro wanted to flip up a little. The Glow didn't really look like it had any chance of flipping up. With that being said, they landed basically in the same exact spot. All right, so this time I'll try to hit them a little bit harder, and we'll just throw the Pro Gorgon first all day today. That way you guys know. Also, you can probably see the collar, but there, I didn't put it high enough, but you can really see how the Pro just kind of flips over. I wish I got that a little bit more height. It might have panned out, but you can kind of see what I'm talking about when you do give it some power. Oh, wow. Wow. Now that right there is more how my trail flies. Nice flip up to dead straight. I feel like I threw that pretty similar to the Pro one. To be 100% honest, I thought I threw the Glow one too low, just like I did with the Pro, but it had a little bit more stability. I felt like it was able to kind of hold the line a bit better, whereas the Pro, it clearly didn't stand a chance. I would have to put it higher and on a lot more hyzer. That Glow one though, did amazing. I actually really liked that flight, and I can't believe how straight it was. And the Glow one probably coming in right around 380. I keep forgetting my rangefinder, but seems how we're probably about 25-ish feet past the goalpost. I feel like that definitely hit the 380s. On a low beamer like that, tailwind probably helped it a little bit, but that was great. I want to try that hyzer flip full power again, maybe a little bit more height, mainly to see if that was a fluke or not, if the wind helped the Glow one out. But as you could see, even with the tailwind, the Pro still stood no chance. Okay, there's the Pro one, and that is honestly thrown probably the best of my abilities. That was a beautiful hyzer flip that started to push right, but had enough stability to come out of it. I threw it too low. Okay, cut. Let me get that again. Okay, that was better. We gave it the height, not as much hyzer. It did start to flip up. I don't know if it got all the way to flat, but I think immediately we can kind of see the difference between the Pro and the Proto Glow. It's always so fascinating to me what plastic can do to a disc. And you got to remember, the Proto is a couple grams lighter, which usually makes discs a little bit more understable. So imagine if this was max weight. Would it make a huge difference? Maybe not, but there's that possibility. I do think this Proto one is going to be a little bit more controllable, maybe a little bit more consistent, but it's all going to depend on your arm speed as well. If you have a little bit of a slower arm speed, you might get better flights out of the Pro Gorgon. Moving on to the next throw, we're going to try to release these as flat as we can. You guys know I have an issue releasing flat sometimes. So as flat as we can. We saw that both of these discs wanted to have at least a little bit of flip up. The Pro a little bit more than the Glow. So with that being said, if we put these out flat, then we should get some turn out of both. The Pro should turn a little bit more than the Proto Glow though. I'll try to throw kind of a more smooth, controlled shot first. Not all power. I think that was actually kind of good. And that's very smooth, that gets great distance. Nice subtle turn all the way, lands flat. The Halloween one, the Glow, I got a little bit more nose up, I could tell, but there was a subtle turn in there. I don't know if you can tell on camera or not, but it did start to turn. Maybe if I got it a little bit more nose down, we would have saw more turn and more distance before it faded out. We'll try that again. We'll see if we can do a little bit better with the Glow one this time, but those results were pretty much what I had expected. Granted, we did throw one a little bit better than the other. There we go. Little turn out of the Pro, not much. I probably threw that one a little softer than I threw the last. There we go. Well, we got that turn. It hit the ground on hyzer angle, so it had some stability if we threw it up a little bit higher. I just want to show you guys where these landed in relationship to each other. So the Glow one we got some decent turn out of, whereas the Pro one we really didn't. So based off the fact that I kind of know this is a little bit more stable, we probably threw this one a little bit harder to get that extra distance, which might account for some of that turn. Whereas the Pro one, I felt like we threw it great. I just probably put a little less power onto it, and which is why we didn't get the turn. But this time we're gonna go back and we're gonna hit them a little bit harder. Actually a lot harder. Max power, try to get these out as flat as possible and kind of see if they hold up or not. I'm gonna try to give them a little bit more height, hit them harder, and see what happens. So with the added height, you can get some really nice flights. That was great. Did it come out on hyzer, guys? Let me know. Honestly, that did way better than I thought it would. That was the Pro Gorgon, and it held up great there. So you're still gonna get that turn out of the Glow. It's still going to be there. So it's not incredibly more stable, I don't think, but slightly. So depending on your guys' arm speed, of course, it'll always depend on that. But for me, I feel like if I'm gonna throw these flat and I want just that slight turn, I'm going to have to make sure I have some sort of ceiling. I think if I throw these more on that line drive flat, they're just gonna turn over and burn. But if I can get them up in the air, I can trust to put them more on that flat release, and then I wouldn't have to worry about so much hyzer. All right, guys, personally, I feel like I have seen enough. I've seen kind of what I wanted to. Other than that, it's just gonna be more practice with these if I want them, you know, in the bag. With that being said, if there's something that I didn't show that you're kind of disappointed about, let me know in the comments and maybe I can fix that for next time. But also, we're gonna do one more shot before closing this out. This is the one shot distance challenge. See how far I can get these. Hopefully I can keep them in the air and measure some good distance. Oh, might be too high. I threw that so hard. That is all the way over there, guys. Terrible distance. Wow, the wind bounce. Also thrown too high. So the distance competition was a bit of a letdown. I don't even know if those are worth measuring. That is gonna do it for this video. Let me know what you guys think of it down in the comments. Personally, I'm glad to have a little bit more stable of a Gorgon. Will I throw it in the bag? I don't know. But it is always fun to come out here, try to compare them to different plastics. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to like and subscribe button, and we will see you on the next one.